Hello, how you doing? Alright there? Right, today I'm going to make a City Skylines video. Now I made one before and it was really turd, like pretty bad. So if you want to see like a really bad YouTube video of how not to make YouTube videos, just go to my account and have a look at the first one I ever did. Not very good. Right, so basically what I want to do is I kind of changed tack. I was just going to do some tutorial videos like beginner's guides, stuff like that. That is kind of still the premise of it, but it's going to be more of a let's play kind of thing, and you can just pick up things every now and then. So I mean, I've been watching a lot of City Skylines videos from various different YouTubers. And basically what I've got most out of these videos is inspiration and little tips and hints here and there and everywhere, little techniques you can do from all these different places. So I kind of just wanted to bring them all together, and just, you know, if you're watching, you can see stuff that you like or don't like, and you know what to do, what not to do. So yeah, let's jump in. So it's a new map. I'm going to go for something with a boreal theme. So let's go to Blackwoods. Leave that as it is at the moment. We'll change that later. Okay, let's jump straight in. So yeah, I mean, I'll be thinking about this kind of city that I want to build, and kind of obviously I'm English, so I kind of don't really live around these American stretching cities with highways and stuff, you know. So because I'm not immersed in it, I don't really know like the proper look of these things, you know. So I'm just going to go with the flow and just make a city how I want to look. It's going to look kind of English, but not, in a sense, kind of American, but not. It's kind of like a fictitious place, you know, like Narnia or something like that, you know. So let's start. Oh, it's going a bit crazy, man. Look at this, going all around like this. Whoa. Right, let's just lay down this first little bit of road just to get started, because I don't know why they do it, but you know, you have to lay down that little first bit of road just to get started. It's ridiculous. Right. What I like to do to start off, just to get the kind of efficient traffic flow off the bat, really, because, you know, as your city grows, it can really become an issue trying to manage the traffic. I mean, that's half the fun of the game, to be quite honest with you. But you know, so it really helps to kind of start that from the offset, really, that sort of mentality of trying to be fairly efficient with the traffic flow, even in a really small city, starting city. So I'm going to go for kind of like a little technique that I saw another guy do, and yeah, kind of like I want kind of like a one-way system coming into the city. So obviously my traffic's coming in, and obviously I want to go out again, but I want to kind of like the most efficient kind of flow I can get. Let's just start that bit again, do this bit again. Yeah, so I want to kind of get a straight line going up there. So, and this outbound road, I like to raise this up, just because I feel like if I have many offshoots coming off both of these roads into the city at various points, then it kind of helps with the traffic flow. They're not all coming through this one point and shooting off into the various places where they want to go. Especially eventually when you unlock the highways, you can upgrade this main vein going through and have all these offshoots coming off of it. it kind of spreads the load a bit. So say eventually if our city sort of stretches down to here and the Sims want to get down to here, they're not going to come off here just because you know, it's easy and then weed their way through the city, like creating traffic chaos as they go through. So yeah, I kind of extend this at a higher level. It's kind of that these two roads here are going to be the main artery of this first little town. So I kind of want to have all these offshoots coming off of it just to ease traffic, really, more than anything else. So yeah, let's go for that. So I mean, if you're watching this and you're a beginner player, or you've played the game and you're kind of struggling with it, or you don't really know like how to do things like efficiently, it doesn't really matter. It does not matter at all. Basically, you just you kind of evolve, you know, as you build a city from the get-go, and you start you know, expanding it and getting more and more people coming into it. You're faced with problems, you know, you're faced with little challenges that you need to kind of you know, address and sort out. So you know, you just get on it, and it doesn't really matter what kind of style you do it. I mean, eventually your traffic will become a huge issue of the game, you know, if you don't manage it, but that's alright. If you're happy for that to happen, that's alright, you know. But essentially your citizens will be kind of unhappy with the traffic, and it'll create noise. You know, if you're going for a game where you kind of want efficiency, you want things to run smoothly, and you want to kind of maximize the amount of citizens you get into your city and stuff like that, it is a big thing. You're going to need to kind of address those issues, you know. So let's do just a couple of more one-road roads coming through here, just to satisfy the volume that we won't get at the start, but it will quickly show, you know. Yeah, let's just do that. Ooh, can't do that. Right, okay. Let's carry that one down. And then freeform. Let's just try something. Coming off here. Let's take a bit further back. Obviously we've got that exit there. Come off here, perhaps. I don't know, maybe I'm a bit anal, but I like to get things all nice and kind of smooth looking lines, and not symmetrical, but I don't know, I just like the aesthetics of it as well, you know. This is a really good game for that. You can kind of, you know, do anything you want. You've got so much freedom with this game. It's unbelievable. What happened there? There we go. That's what we were going to begin with. Right, okay, so we got a kind of an initial frame of there actually, of our town, right? And obviously you've got to keep an eye on your cash flow at the beginning as well. Obviously you only start off with 70 grand, so kind of getting it to the point where you can zone and get some decent starting people coming off into the town, and you know, making enough cash to sustain yourself through the first sort of few milestones is, you know, I mean, I've started games where I've literally kind of flummoxed it a bit, and I've run out of money, and my city's run out of power, and it's kind of like I've kind of killed it right at the beginning. It's ridiculous. So I'm just going to put in a few areas for zoning. I'm just going to make this first bit quite boxy just for efficiency, and just getting these people into the town, giving myself enough zoning squares versus the amount of cash I've got at the moment. So, you know, once you start making money, you don't really need to worry about being too efficient. You can do fancy roads and swirling avenues and things like that, and you know, it works, and that essentially is the reason why I'm drawn to this game, because you can do that as well. It's pretty amazing. So yeah, I'm just going to run a road through here as well, just give these guys some options. Now, so you've got your inbound and outbound. I'm going to make all this residential, commercial, industrial, commercial over here. But obviously, you're going to have to link these two up at some point, right? So, I think some intersecting roads going through. Actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I know I'm kind of wasting money here, but I'm going to have that go straight across like that. Just because I want to kind of space out this intersection here a little bit, so. And then I'm going to upgrade here, because I like to have long stretches of either 2-lane or 6-way roads going through my city, just to ease like traffic flow, basically. So yeah, I just carry this through here. So I'm playing on the PS4. No mods. As yet, we don't have mods for PS4. So actually, what I'm going to do is just give an option to for these guys to get off. So they're going to come in, go down this road here, and then if they want to, they can come straight back off and go once they've done their little business in town. Right, and I'm just going to give myself a little space for zoning down here as well. The industrial stuff, and then hopefully I'm gonna have enough money to put the services in. Potentially not. That's not straight at all. Rubbish. That's not straight. Let's try and get things straight. That's better. Right. So I've got a bit of space for industrial. Got a nice turnaround point there. I will put another one in at the top here, just for the garbage trucks. Okay, let's see if we got enough money for the services. I don't think I do. We'll find out. Put that there, and put that one over there, just to separate the two. If you don't, then you'll get a lot of sims. Right, I'm going to try and efficiently give this some water. Right, let's try and do this. Now with these pipes, I'm kind of a bit anal with these as well, you know what I mean? I like them to be nicely lined up at all times. You know, especially at the beginning, it just saves you money, you know what I mean? If you try and maximise the zones you're covering with these pipes at the beginning, especially when you've got 15 grand left, it's awful really. Right. And I'm just going to whack one there just to get my industrial started. And power. I've only really got enough for one of these at the moment, so I'm going to stick it there just because I get more wattage. Obviously the darker areas are the windier areas, okay? So I'll get probably 8 megawatts. I get near there, so I don't need to run that. So power lines. Well, I'm going to start zoning along this back edge here. So I'm going to run power lines there. And continue that through actually there. Run along there. And then run over to more and over to my freshwater supply. Ideally, I'd want 2 of these little wind turbines down, just because once the city starts to grow, it's gonna be drawing on this power, and you need to manage that as well. Well, I should have paused the game right at the start because I'm losing money already, you see, because I've got roads down, they're costing money. Every tick is well, $866 now, so I mean you kind of lose money that way at the beginning when money's kind of precious. So that's my first mistake. First of many, I can imagine. First of many. Right, let's just get a few zones in here and press play, see what happens. Hopefully we get to the first milestone without running out of power. We can kind of see what will happen. So I'm going to put no, I'm going to put my industrial here for a sec, just because that's my power lines are. I'll get that and then I'll bridge it across, right? So let's press play, free speed, just to get the people coming in. Okay, this is a nice little starter, I think. Should be alright. Got some nice entrances. And some nice on-ramps. The exit, it's alright, it's looking alright. Right. First people coming in. Excellent stuff. So my plans for the city is I'm going to try and get it up and running down here. I'm going to have industrial area here to begin with, but plans to move it further north. I want to buy this square here next door and have a hydroelectric dam running between that river there. I have to do a bit of terraforming to get that. See, let's see. My power's running out already. Terrible. Oh, there we go. It's bridged it. And there we go. That's okay. It's okay. I got really worried then. Got a hot sweat. Ew. Okay, so we've got people coming in. It's going good. It's going good. Right, what's our first milestone? Well, 320 people. Okay, so we're not far off. We get a nice little cash injection. Plus, it opens up the taxes and loans. I can take my first loan out, so I'm not too worried at the moment. We shall see what happens. Just sort that out. No. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. It's not got water in it there, so I know I didn't zone that bit, did I? Is that gonna work? There you go. Just do that. Quick fix. Go. There we go, that should sort that. I think we might just make it, you know. Alright. So, we're half consumption to the production, 4 megawatts to 8 megawatts generated. So I reckon, are these zones filled out yet? Not completely, so I'll leave those to fill out and see what the consumption is then, before zoning anymore, because I'm kind of really worried that this city isn't even going to get started before you get a chance to, you know what I mean? We shall soon find out. Yeah, I'm going to try and keep these videos down to like 15 minutes each, nice little bite-sized pieces. So, you know, if you're just got a loose end or whatever, you can just crack one on, watch it, and just, you know, inspire you to go and play the game and whatnot. Probably this first one's going to be a bit longer, just to, I want to get this first setup in and get to the first milestone, and I think I'll probably end it there and then crack on with the next one afterwards. But we shall see. Let's see, now my population is dropping off now to +2. I'm going to have to stick some more industrial in to create a need for more people. So I'll put a small stretch here just to try and stave off that bit a minute. I'm really concerned about the power at the moment, I'll be honest. It's going to work out. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Alright. Because my RCI demand at the moment is industrial. If you see those 3 bars down the bottom, the orange one means I need a lot more industrial. Now see, it's just crept up with the green a little bit now. This is residential, so I should see this bunch of residential zoning just starting to creep in now. There's the first one. So my population's rising. What do I need again? 320 I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah, okay. About 100 citizens away. That's alright. I think I should make it. Still in negative money. That's alright. It's going down. It's going to go in the green soon. I think we'll do alright. We'll do alright. Let's just have a look at this a minute. Okay. I'm getting close to my limit now of power. What do you make it? The crunch. The crunch is coming. Okay. Looking good. I really like this boreal thing. Obviously you get all the fir trees and stuff like that, which are really nice. Once you start getting into the terraforming stuff, you can make some really wild sort of waterfalls and rock features and cliffs and mountains and all that sort of stuff. So, I mean, that's one of the things I like doing with this game is beautifying areas and making places look really nice and kind of like where I'd like to live, you know. And 9 times out of 10 I make my cities kind of look like Canada, you know, Rocky Mountains areas, you know. And I really like the idea of making some sort of little mountain hamlet, kind of like Banff or something like that. Small but you know, rugged, mountainous, and it's going to be really nice. Well, it's not going to be really nice. It's not going to be anything unless I start making some money here and getting these people in. Alright, I'm going to risk it. Just zone this last stretch here. By the way, the maximum size that one of these residential areas can form on is 4x4. 4x4 zoning squares, so I like to keep in mind try and zone with this 4x4 in mind. Obviously they'll zone on like 3x2, things like that, so let's just pop that there, see if that will pop up. You know, and obviously it will zone on the 2x2 squares like these ones are. I'm going to get rid of these eventually. I don't really like the smaller industrial buildings. They're nice for like farms and places like that, and it'll fill in. Obviously once you're doing curvy roads, you won't get that 4x4, you'll get 3x2, 2x1, L shapes, little single squares by themselves. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. There we go. Right, hit the first milestone, so we can we've got access to taxes now and loans, which are really handy. New services, first services, garbage, healthcare and education. We got some of those, and obviously the buildings that relate to those services. Medical clinic, naval site and elementary school. Right, so what I'm going to do is pause the game there. Bring up my economy tab. So what I do is raise the taxes up to about 12. Any higher, you'll start seeing the Sims moving out and not really moving in. Any lower, then you're not really going to make a great deal of money. So 12's a nice little figure there. So budget, I don't really fiddle with these. You can do, for instance, you know, if I did run out of power there, I could have raised the electricity budget. It would have squeezed a little bit more efficiency out of my little one single wind turbine that I've got at the second. Loans. Right, we need some money, so I'll take that out. Take that first one out. Right, and desperately need to drop. I'm going to drop 2 of these down for the second, just to give us a bit more room for scope and expansion over here. And yeah, I'm going to drop in the first of my services. But before I do that, I'm going to have another connection road coming around the back here over my main highway, just for ease of these garbage trucks. What they want to do is they want to come out the little landfill site that I'm going to do. Front of these roads, all these are one way, yeah, so they've got nowhere else to go apart from down here. Essentially that's a one-way road. You can't go back on yourself there. Oh, for the moment anyway. You will do in a sec, but and obviously they go around collecting all the trash, and they want to get back. They want to get back to their little landfill and drop off all the stuff they just collected, see? And at the moment they can't do that unless they get on the highway, travel out the region, all the way back in again. And that's just really not efficient at all. So what I'm going to do is create a little relief road here, a way back into the industrial area. So I'm just going to create a bridge going across here, get it kind of lined up. Now to get a nice curve on your bridges, you've got these little markers here. Obviously that's first markers pop in at 5 zoning squares, and it gives you the line for the 10th one. But the nice curves on the bridges, they're about 12. Just after that, anything more is a bit steep. 12's nice. Then you go to the 13th point and it cuts the bridge off to a steeper version, the shorter steep version. So 12's good. So I'll do that on both sides. You get a nice sort of symmetrical bridge there. Obviously they're not going to look completely symmetrical, that's just literally the terrain, but you know, c'est la vie. So I'm going to extend this road up here and then connect it with this relief road here, and again here. Send it down, connect it there. Okay, awesome. Right. Yeah. See, landfills, they're a pollutant. You can see the radius there of the pollution, the purple. So I'm just going to drop that there, and just notice that all my roads are highlighted green. That's just to show you that it's you know, it's got good coverage. If I pop that there, I'm going to kind of leave this space open to these landfills. It's a nice little you know, stretch for them to get down into the main city there. And eventually I'll put like a little one-way road going back around this way, because they're going to fill up. You're going to want to empty them, and the trucks are going to go off, want to come back to the next one to drop off their load to empty this one, but they're going to have to travel around the whole city to do that. So I'll explain that when it happens, as and when. Right, what do we have a service? Clinic. Okay, so again, it gives you the coverage area with the highlighted greenness on there, so yeah, that'll do. And it's my first school, elementary school. Right, I'm going to shut that down next to... Oh, I can't do it, I've got not enough money! Oh no, what am I going to do? Don't matter, just save the money up. Press play. Right, I'm going to leave the video there. The next video, obviously, we're going to get that school in, save up enough money. I'm in the